Thanks, everyone. I want to tell you more about Dewzi, our modern hygiene brand. It's a Dyson of sustainable hygiene products. So here's the problem. 90% of the wipes on the market contain plastics, and 100% of the wipes are packaged in single-use plastics, and 50% are actually packaged with water. Now, if you're a consumer or a business that's using wipes or any type of single-use hygiene products, that means you're overpaying for a bunch of plastics and a ton of water. So I founded Dewzi with the mission to create a first sustainability-focused hygiene brand. Now, the way we achieve this sustainability is very simple. First, we actually create our wipes without water. And second, we actually design our packaging without single-use plastics. The result is that we can actually create cleaner, more sustainable products with better ingredients, with better function at a competitive price. We're first on the market with the patented refillable compressed pods that are made without water and packaging made with ocean-bound plastics. With our wipes, they are 10 times smaller, they're 2 times lighter, and 30% cheaper to ship. What's also cool about our wipes is that they are 100% tree-free and compostable, and they're optionally reusable. So with our dispensers, they are made to remove about 8 to 10 single-use plastic bottles from the ocean, so that every purchase, the users are able to actually track their impact through the QR code that's going to be embedded on the dispenser, and they will be able to, be part of the story. We started with direct-to-consumer with a portable consumer product, but we're also expanding to B2B to empower guest services for hospitality, retail, and aviation industries as well. The industry is massive. It's a $6 billion market in US alone to grow 6% a year. In 2020, about 20 million consumers in the US have used wipes more than 31 times within a week. And we're seeing that number to grow exponentially over the next decade. One of the biggest movements that we're seeing is also the rise of this ethical consumer. We believe that we're living through the movement of what we call the refill revolution. From categories from razors to cleaning products to shampoo, toothpaste, you name it, with massively successful disruptor brands, just like Quip, Dollar Shave Club, and Dove. And yet, wipes is one of the last remaining categories that is multi-billion-dollar industry yet to be disrupted. We knew that in order to win on the market, we needed to find a solution that is simple, fast, and effective. From consumer standpoint, we win on 3 factors. They save money, they save space, and it allows them to reduce waste on all fronts. From sustainability standpoints, we win on 3 factors. They save plastics, they save water, and they save carbon emissions shipped from these planes or trucks that we're shipping, and we win on the margin that we save from the size and also the weight of the products. So in late 2020, we began initially with a pilot test with a simple proof of concept to test the consumer interest. We were blown away with the response, and we did over $100,000 in sales. And since then, thousands of people have made a commitment, made a choice to a new future, a future where wiping doesn't need to be dirty. We've absolutely proven that there is a demand for better for you wipes, and that consumers are willing to pay a higher price for it. And we're also gaining some positive momentum from hospitality and beauty chains across the United States as well. We've gotten incredible feedback from our consumers to validate a lot of our assumptions to make this into an investable business. This January, I left my full-time job to pursue this, to build this full-time with my partners. And we have proven with our surveys that 78% of our customers and prospective customers are willing to recommend to their family or their friends, and also are willing to buy into a subscription, which makes this into a highly recurring subscription business. Our team is credible with combined 40 years of experience in R&D and design and marketing, bringing innovation to market. Our chief science officer, who we're bringing on, is a PhD at Yale. She's a Tier 1 Canada research chair, working with Health Canada on the forefront of innovative research for sustainable development and public health. She'll be leading the R&D and creating our sustainable hygiene products. And our design is also incredible. They've most recently led the design for Unilever, the refillable deodorant that won the Fast Company and the Red Dot Design Award in 2021. Also worked with other baddest retailers like Reckitt and Philips and so on. We are raising a pre-seed round of $1 million on a $5 million post-money cap. And I'll open the floor up to answer any questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for presenting, Daniel. Sorry, David. Sorry. Oh, wow, way too many names. Sorry. Thanks for presenting, David. Lots of stuff, lots of figures flying my way. I know one of the questions that I had, and one of the questions I think a lot of people are going to have is, how do you build? D2C is hard, and it really does come down to marketing and brand. How are you going to be the one who wins that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple ways that we're tackling. One is we have a very strong IP strategy. We actually have multiple patents, utility patents pending on the wipes and our dispensers as well. So with our wipes, we're actually developing a version where there are natural non-toxic antibacterial formulations impregnated in the dry wipes. So it actually removes the need for the water or sanitizing solutions to be delivered at a dry form. And that is something that is very unique. That is the first on the market. That is built on the material science of the antibacterial nanotechnology. That will be kind of the foundation that we build our product, which is very much unique on the market. So the first piece is the IP strategy. The second is that we're actually going B2B and B2C at the same time to build that extra distribution exposure and that moat at the same time with our distribution. So not only with the product, our product also has the great partnership with beauty chains and hospitality and aviation industries that we're going after, and we've gotten positive response so far. About 30% response rate that they want to try out the products and they'd like to actually receive a sample. So it's something that, based on our current climate, a lot of the retailers, a lot of the, B2B markets are interested in trying out and making a transition into a sustainable product.
One of the things you see with a lot of D2C brands like this and like others is they build up to a certain scale through kind of powerful marketing and then go to get acquired at a couple $1 billion range. There was, I want to say Harry's, I'm not sure if they were acquired, Dollar Shave Club, Casper. All these companies seem to hit a certain ceiling and then they either get gobbled up or kind of stay at that state. Is that the future for Dewzi, of building something that gets acquired by Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something that we're keeping at the back pocket. Like, we want to build this business from the first year to be something that has the vision for getting acquired for sure. We want to make sure all the products that we're building is defensible, has a moat, has a patent behind it, and has a loyal community of customers behind it, and to be able to make this an attractive business to add to a portfolio to a bigger, conglomerate like Unilever or P&G and whatnot. We've definitely seen other players on the market, like you said, like Dollar Shave Club, they have also exited for $1 billion a couple years ago. Clean Coat is another modern, refillable cleaning products that have raised 25 million on Series B. Another brand called Blue Land also raised $20 million Series B, which all kind of indicates from the market, signals from the market that consumers are actively shifting to refillable products, to sustainable products. And, the investors also, along with the other bigger FMCG companies are also investing into these, more sustainable, refillable, cleaner products that have a great mission behind it and are willing to invest in those businesses.
Is that your main sales point, the sustainability aspect, or is it the price aspect? How do you know what that is, and then how do you double down on that to make that the core of the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So sustainability is the first and foremost our brand mission, and it goes, it applies to our production, our materials, to transportation, to the reusability aspect, to really make this product something that at the end of the day actually does save consumers a lot of money. One thing that we've discovered is that one stigma that that is with consumers these days is that sustainable products are sometimes ineffective, they're not that attractive, and they're expensive. And we've actually learned this through the data that those are the top three factors why people are not switching over to sustainable products. Our products are actually, checking off on all three of those points. One, we actually have a refillable model and a competitive pricing that over the long term will save consumers money. Number two, our products are far more aesthetically pleasing. They're, by design more, it's smaller, it's portable, it's personalized with different colors. You can reuse it forever. So it's something that you can carry in a purse and you actually have more usage and frequency out of it. And three, it's priced at it is effective. We actually have, studies behind it. We actually have the, clinical studies and the lab research to be able to validate our claims, and also be able to offer this on the market that is as effective, if not more, than the current solutions on the market.
Okay. One of the big challenges that you see a lot with companies is trying to do too much. You said you want to go B2B and B2C. Why two business models simultaneously? Same question as we had for Keto Swiss.
Yeah, so we believe that B2C is the channel that we initially started with, kind of that product feedback, creating that product feedback loop. We've managed to build that direct relationship with our customer, which is what has built us to this point of iterating on our products and making sure that we are creating a product that people want. So that is a channel that we primarily get our feedback from, and that is something that we plan to continue on for the next 5 to 10 years. B2B is a channel that we believe has been untapped in this market because, one, the need for hygiene and sanitation is at a peak level, and a lot of the B2B markets are actually interested in solutions, and it can be a great distribution channel where we get a massive exposure, a massive brand awareness that will bring us that kind of cross-pollinate between audiences, between our DTC and also people who discover our products through B2B. So, we don't necessarily think that it actually is hurting us or we're, spreading ourselves thin. We're actually thinking that this dual go-to-market strategy is actually building us for a better long-term sustainable growth by having that strong feedback loop, but also paired up with, that extra layer of distribution that normal DTC brands that are online only wouldn't otherwise be able to get at the same time.
Understood. Okay. Do we have any other questions from the audience? Anything that you guys want to ask Dewzi? What are you thinking? Any thoughts, any problems with the business or the investment? And then as well, while we're listening and waiting, we've got a poll in the live chat who our startup of the night is. Right now we've got Lives is leading the poll, and then Keto Swiss, Dewzi, and Skin Theory. We had the poll already from earlier, and Lives was leading that as well. So it looks like Lives is gonna run away with startup of the night. But do we have any questions now for David with Dewzi? Let's see. So one thing that Claudia wants to know about in terms of sanitation in the future, there's a lot of issues, and you guys are tackling water and to some extent as well, trash and pollution. What other issues are you worried about, or
For
what other
sure.
issues do you guys as a company kind of want to deal with?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we believe that this problem that we're solving with single-use plastics, and we're launching with wipes because it happens to be, the multi-billion-dollar industry that hasn't been innovated, that's creating so much trash, that is polluting our oceans, and that is the most immediate kind of lowest hanging fruit that we can tap into. It is the place that where we believe our product has the best differentiation in terms of the product and distribution and the form factor. So that is our first penetration, our foot in the door to get that market validation and brand equity. Once we have that, we believe that we can leverage our material science, and we can go into other adjacent categories such as flushable wipes, which is also a giant multi-billion-dollar industry that has so much issues with sewage and plumbing, city plumbing issues that are costing cities billions of dollars. We actually have the science to be able to create this into a tree-free, really truly flushable wipe product. We're actually working on creating starting the R&D for that as well. So that's another aspect that we're also tackling as well. That will address some of the access to clean water and sanitation across the world, because sewage plumbing infrastructure is the system that allows that flow of clean water to others across the world. And it's flushable wipes is a huge impediment. It's a huge problem to that right now. So that's another adjacent category that we're targeting. We're also targeting some of the other single-use products that are cutting down our great boreal forests of Canada, with toilet paper and paper products, paper towels. We have great manufacturing partners to be able to, source some of the most sustainable products that are certified, that are renewable, backed with, our material science, but also with the design to be able to make this into a really appealing product that are completely refillable, and save a lot of waste in our planet and save you money at the same time. So we have a lot of opportunities on the horizon, but we want to be focused on this specific hygiene sanitation with the wipes first to be able to get that foot in the door.
And then we have one last great question from Big Wing Tech. Thanks for coming on again, Big Wing Tech. And that is the military. The military, huge focus on not only sustainability, but really on carryability, on space, the amount of space that soldiers, et cetera, need to carry to have. There's not a lot. Hiking, I could see similar things. Have you looked into the military as a possible purchaser or large scale business for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I think that is, us, like a pretty sizable segment of our customers actually come from that background. People who are, kind of the minimalist, emergency packers, or people who want to, have these products that actually save a lot of space and allows them to carry more and use less to do more. And that is definitely one possible target market that we want to go into. One thing that we found when we want to go to get these larger B2B contracts is having the right lab tests, having the right claims and certifications, and that's something that we want to check off right off with this raise, is getting all those R&Ds done, getting all those tests done to be able to go into either the military or the government or hospitality or hospitals, to be able to say, hey, we have these claims that are evidence-based, that are science-backed. We have these great traction so far. We have these great consumer feedback so far, and we believe that these products can actually bring a lot of value to, you know, to your operations for you to operate at your best, and actually saves you money too. And it helps you with the align with your mission, with your sustainability as well. So we believe our product, you know, has so much versatility. It has so many diverse applications. And, you know, that is kind of what we're building with the product feedback loop with DDC channel, is we have so many customers that are buying from beyond just our immediate group that we're initially targeting, that are giving us ideas to then kind of you know, be able to offer this in a market that hasn't seen this before.
Understood. I think there's a ton of potential here. That's why I was excited about what you guys are doing. As someone who's a parent himself and has wiped a fair number of butts, throwing out all of the wipes, or having all of the issues, or always having to carry wipes around. None of that is fun. None of that feels good.